that came out on top of that. We're actually going to start this first map. It is the best out of 3, single elimination. First map here being Cash, map chosen by Complexity, where Echo Fox will choose to start on the T side.
Yeah, and an early nice default coming up from Complexity, not spreading themselves too thin, giving up mid-control early on to Echo Fox. Real just going to be peeking for any kind of aggression, and Echo Fox looking extremely hot this event, looking at carrying it forward, but calm, cool voice of Warden might be able to just keep these boys in Complexity centered. And with a minute 20 on the clock, just both teams trying to get each other's heads and figure out really what the game plan is going to be here.
Yeah, you could see from the T side, they're pretty much spread out. They're trying to get an opener. They do have a smoke and 2 flashes to work with for Sean Garris. So you could maybe see a pop flash for them to try to work inside here and then smoke for Truck, but he's still holding out towards T side. I guess they're slowly starting to walk back towards his B side because you still have Shazam that's trying to scout out the area there. And they might go for this mid to B split, actually.
Yeah, they might. Sean Garris and Freakazoid going to meet up with the bomb carrier of Rix. Real going to be tapping through the smoke. No luck as of yet, and he's forced out of his position. So now mid-control given up, but Echo Fox not interested as they are coming into this Vents push. And now it's all on the 2 players of sight for Complexity.
Yeah, they have another smoke to work with to actually smoke out the CT spawn, but Android and both Ape are inside that site, setting up that crossfire. Android gets the first kill. Ape is going to try to set that crossfire on the other end of the site, but they're both getting gooshed. Android is still alive. Finally, it's traded off. It's a 1-man advantage for the CT side. Freakazoid's pushing through. Rick's trying to get this kill to death. It works, but it's on a 2 versus 1. He then gets spotted by Uber. Crossfired as well by Surreal on the top of heaven. With 12 seconds left on the clock, Rix has to go for a plant. He decides to go for a fake first. Oh man, he baits out Surreal. Back to a 1 versus 1. Plenty of time to go for the plant. What a play.
Yeah, it is, and now Uber got to be shaking in his boots as Rix is tagged down at 19 HP. See if that did get communicated, and Rix still trying to find Uber. Uber playing it smart. I believe there was a kit on in Complexity. See if Uber can get in. What a shot there towards headshot. As there you have it. Uber coming up huge there for Complexity.
You hear Warden screaming in the back end as well. I mean, it was very tough. I mean, Rix pretty much carried this clutch and the team on his back. Great execution as a team at least, though, to give a chance for Rix to perform this well. The utilities were greatly used by Sean Garris. That first smoke for a team mid, give him a chance to let out, and you saw him throw that underhand on the top of that orange. That actually blinded out the Z player, and gave a chance for Echo Fox to just storm inside the site.
What I also really like for Complexity, though, on that hold is how long Ape and Android on site stayed alive on site. It allowed those rotations to come in perfectly, and that retake was just so perfect from Complexity. And now Echo Fox, just some pistols, while Complexity is going to be going for the typical mix of M4s and SMGs. And now Echo Fox, if they can drop any rifles, it's going to be beneficial. But with a smoke and a couple flashes on Sean Garris, looks like the bomb plant is what's in the future for them.
Yeah, I do understand this. I mean, Sean Garris is at A main. Again, 2 flashes and a smoke. This is going to be perfect for them to smoke out towards the truck side to give a chance to flash and for the rest of the guys to push out a blue door. But an incendiary grenade is going to hold them back for a bit. And that actually makes him waste one of the flashes. The smoke at least is still up, but he has another chance to pop flash again for these guys to move out.
And here comes the push. Uber's going to look away from the smoke flash. He finds 1, make it 2, and a 3rd from Uber. And looking for the 3rd, but that's going to be able to clean that up. And that's, I think that comes down to communication. Door gets open. Uber gets a 4K on the round as well, and support from, I believe that was Ape towards site, and the rotations came through perfectly, and they just locked that down, and Uber, they didn't even check fence.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, not only that is when they ran out, it was a great timing for Complexity on the other end to throw a counter flash. You saw 3 of them run out fully blinded. That's why they actually couldn't even check fence because they weren't able to see anything. So easy 4 kills for Uber. And at the same time, since they had the bomb plant on that first round for Echo Fox at the pistol round, that's why they went for that full save only with P250. So they could afford this full AK buy and pretty much keeping Complexity stuck at a low buy with some machine guns by having nobody dead.
Oh, and look at Def. He has sneaked his way up here towards Boost, and this is a strong position. He's going to be allowed to hear all these rotations if Echo Fox do decide to fall off this A pressure. And there is, I think that is continued to be Shazam towards B. And it is. Or now that's Sean Garris, excuse me, number 6 in the map, now towards Useless. Locking down any B pushes, he is just going to be falling off now. And Echo Fox not showing their hand too early on in these rounds.
Yeah. I mean, they have that counter boost to start. After that boost, they've fallen back Surreal to support towards the A side. So you want to have that play that surprise attack in case the terrorist team go for a boost. If they don't, he could have that position to go for that big flank. So that's why you see that stack towards this A side, which is actually pretty good here for Complexity. So they have pretty good control of the defense here, but they need to get a little bit more information right now. They're going to get it from the calls here, from the nades being thrown.
Nades in, Uber. Support on site with a teammate as well. But there's Sean Garrett's going to open up on Def. There's Uber to find one. What else can this man do? He's going to get two. Uber coming up huge, and Surreal from support on site to find Freakazoid. And this round from Echo Fox, they invested heavily and get punished.
Well, you still have some people alive, and Shazam's one of them. He could be one of the players that could turn things around. Also, Sean Garrett is inside the site. It's a 2 versus 1, just like that.
Wow.
They had a 2-minute advantage for Complexity, but they threw it away. From the retake of Sean Garrett and Shazam, at least they're both low on HP. Android with a UMP, that's good enough so far. Back on a 1 versus 1 against Sean Garrett. That clock is ticking down. Sean Garrett's coming back towards the main site. He gets the kill. And this is actually amazing for Complexity because they haven't invested into anything this round in terms of guns. So this is so much money built up for Complexity now.
I think they had 1 rifle and 4 SMGs going another round.
Yeah, but they had a flawless victory that previous round, right? So
beautiful, as you mentioned. And Echo Fox devastated now that they did invest all their money into that. And already Surreal going to be going for an op. And Echo Fox back to the pistols and 1 set of armor. And Sean Garrett's going to be playing more of the support role. Going to be biting the bullet there and going to be buying most of the utility for his squad. Yep. And Complexity, this is a great start to their CT half already.
That's right. All of Echo Fox right now will try to gather up towards this B side and work in this B bomb side where only Ape is playing it. Actually, they have Android. They're going to boost inside that vent to support more towards that mid side. Once nothing will happen, you might see Ape trying to rotate back towards the site as soon as he spots towards B. So a nice smoke setup at least for Echo Fox to execute at the entrance by smoking off the CT spawn.
Android and Vent not going to count out. Ape's going to find the opening frag. He's going to be falling back, and this is perfect now. Baiting in for Android to make exactly that peak. Good trade. Sean Garrett will get 1, but the trades is all coming up. Complexity.
Yeah, Freakazoid last man standing, nothing more than that. Only 1 casualty, and that is going to be Ape, so Complexity is looking so strong at least. But Echo Fox at this point never really had a chance to build up the economy with the exception of 2 rounds ago. Let's go back to 2 rounds ago, actually. Sean Garrett did such a great job to actually read out how Complexity was going to play that round, because when they started executing towards the A site, he actually just turned around right away and spotted Def and killed him right away with the SMG. The only thing is that they threw the perfect mollies to flush out the opponents, knowing that they were going to be inside that site, but it comes down to the sheer firepower of Uber, that new addition to the team that helps Complexity hold that A site.
They almost threw that round 2. It came really close, and a nice clutch from Android. But now, 4-0, Echo Fox with rifles in their hands.
Sorry, Launders almost tripped over and smashed his face on the stage. Getting ready to broadcast on the main stream, by the way. You guys could check that out as well. It is going to be Cloud9 versus Heroic.
That's going to be a good match for sure. That's Sean Garrett. Molly towards Sandbag. He's going to clear out that position. Smoke as well for Z. And now a little more of a slow, methodical play from Echo Fox to get rifles in their hands. And already they find 2 opening picks, which is the change now for Echo Fox.
Full mid control. They drop vents, they drop highway, but you still have 1 alive. Check that out. It was Ape on highway, picked off by Rix. And now it's Surreal on his own at this point. Time to save your weapon. 4-on-1 situation. Made that a 5-on-1 situation. The 5th one was planting the bomb at a default spot. Safely as well.
Yeah, I'm curious to see if the boys on Echo Fox are going to risk chasing him down, as their economy situation is not in a bright place currently. That bomb plan is definitely going to help. Yep. But is it worth throwing away a couple rifles trying to take down Surreal? He's been having a really great day so far, on point with the op. One of the Brits actually brought over. Yeah,
I think it's okay for them to maybe have 1 guy chase after them and try to get rid of that gun. But if they have a flawless victory now for Echo Fox, that brings that money back onto their side, right? They win this round here. You add, what, 32.50 onto the round by winning that one, but at least Shazam gets the kill.
Yeah, and now it's all starting to warm up for Echo Fox. Complexity still have money on their side, and they are going to invest here, and it's going to be a strong buy coming up from them with, I believe, Ape going to be on a CZ. He's forced to bite the bullet.
Well, this is interesting as well. I thought that because it was a 4-0 lead, this buy that they have was going to be so strong after they lose the first round, but Echo Fox just did a good job keeping the economy low after all for Complexity. So this could be the round that could reset it for Echo Fox to give him a chance to come back down a narrower gap on a 4-3 scoreline.
What's interesting coming up from Echo Fox is a double op setup, which On a T side of Cash, you must be feeling extremely confident in your picking ability to go for this. And it's so nice to have those 4 rifles able to just lead the charge while Sean Garris or Shazam will be just hanging back. So an interesting decision to go for this.
Yep.
And Surreal, though, he can't afford to miss any more shots. And look at this push.
One-sided smoke. Uber gets the kill on the top of the boxes at A. Shazam at least connects with the op on his own at A long, but that's it, at main. But the bomb is down. We're able to spot him, and also Def was able to hide towards the right side corner, but you can see how Shazam is waiting for that. He expects it. Meanwhile, you do have Freakazoid running back to meet up with him, but Def is going to hear that, so they know there's going to be 2 guys moving in. Def needs some support right now. They need to pop flash, but it's going to be a nade instead.
Yeah, and Freak will be able to drop him, and they are going to get the bomb, and it looks like they are going to get out of dodge. Meet up back with Sean Garris, who was holding towards the mid position in B main.
That's crazy.
And that's insane information, as Complexity just fully committed to that bomb hold with only 1 player as well, and not even traded. These
are the small things that actually need to be worked out in terms of team chemistry, right? Android was already at the forklift with the AWP, with the M4. He had 2 flashes to work with. Surreal had a nade. He threw whatever he could to support. Let's talk about it a little bit later, actually. We do have somebody inside the site. Android was able to rotate on time with Echo Fox moving inside A.
Shazam going to be pushing forward with the pistol as Android to find 2. What else can he do? And he's going for 30, and he will. Android. We were talking him down, but the rotate caught him off guard. They weren't ready for him to be that close into sight.
Yeah, I mean, okay. The communication does not work well, but at least they had the fragging power, right? Android, a nice 3K. But what I was going to try to explain was, Surreal was close at A main, right? Android was there with him at the forklift. You had Def close at the locker side with the bomb down in front of him where Def could see it. He knew that 2 guys are going to push up against him. He needed a pop flash coming through. Called out for that pop flash. He would have had 2 kills. You wouldn't have to go down to this 2-on-2 situation.
Yeah, and they wouldn't have had to stress out Android to have to just come in insane and find those 3 frags. And now Complexity, though, back in what I would call the driver's seat, even though they do have an ump. But a double op setup now coming up from Complexity. Haven't seen this yet, as he will pick up Shazam's op from the previous round. And now, Echo Fox, they love this slow default kind of play right now. They haven't really shown any aggression except when they're on ecos.
The good thing about this, at least, is that they place him at the right spot. You have Def with the op inside Toxic that's going to look back towards B, a solo op at quad that could actually hold it long enough, but then they go back with 8 boosting him inside the vents to support Uber if needed be on that mid side. So even though he only has a UMP, he could bring a close range fight.
Yeah, and I think Uber actually heard them boosting as he was close underneath, and he just gets out of dodge. And look at Abe close in vents with his own UMP, and Echo Fox looking like they would love to explode out mid, couple over boost. And a couple out T mid.
That's a lot of people coming out mid. All 5 of them.
Timing. That Molly.
Yeah, surprising enough that I don't know why our overlay doesn't give any HP.
Yeah, it's a weird little glitch that happens once in a blue moon over here. Welcome to the B stream, by the way.
Sweet, sweet. No worries, no worries. Glad to be here. So now it's going to be Sean Garris trying to look for some information. He spots Surreal. But Surreal comes out of it, not headshotted, full HP, still big pop flash coming across, and Sean Garris is just going to push through. He does get the kill into Surreal, but doesn't decide to lean a little bit further. We only have 15 seconds off on the clock. Uber has to come up big. He gets the first kill. Let's put some cover inside quad. He's getting pushed in by Rix. Now they're going to go for that bomb plan. It is going to be a 4 versus 3 situation with now Complexity trying to move in for the retake.
Yeah, and it's a 3-man retake coming out from Truck, while Roka's going to be holding his flank. They know this is coming. So Android and Ape make it just Def and Android to make this happen. Roko's going to be able to take down Android, and just Def with an op against 4 Echo Fox members. He's just going to be trying to get out of here, but he can't. Rix pushes through the smoke, and that's Echo Fox with an amazing mid-take.
A little bit of a tough play there for Complexity on that retake. I mean, when Sean Garris pushed out, he got that first kill. He had some great support from Echo Fox. That's what we're talking about, those pop flashes go through, right? 2 of them were blind at the truck side, and they couldn't react fast enough to go back for the white peak to try to trade it back. That being said, though, there's 3 guys trying to rotate from the truck side, nobody really coming towards Z. So it's just so much easier for Echo Fox to just hold it, because they already had a lurker towards the highway side. So easy crossfire set up for them to hold it and reset the money back for Complexity.
Yeah, the reset is definitely out in full swing. You see some flashes, and I guess Def and Uber, a little bit more money than his teammates. Going to get a couple sets of armor, some CZs. And look at this boost. Uber's going to catch Sean Garris off guard, mid-jump, getting boosted. And I like this play to Uber, not dropping right away, just going to make him paranoid. Because
that's the cue. You knew that somebody was jumping up and that Rix was close by, but maybe he shouldn't have repeated that too wide. So that evens up that 4 versus 4 situation where they had to keep the numbers alive as long as they can. Go back for a stack after they get the first pick. Ooh. Nice shot, though, by Android at the railing. First onto Freakazoid.
Yeah, this is crazy. And he gets another one in Shazam. This man is just having the game of his life, and they do it with pistols. That happens so quickly.
Welcome to Northern Arena, where everybody gets demolished by pistols at least once a game.
That's crazy. And Android absolutely standing up for the squad. 11 frags for him. Uber tied with him at 11 as well. And if we can just get a look at this frag distribution, it's looking interesting.
Because there's a 2 and 6, so
Yeah.
he's not looking too hot. But at the same time, they were in a position for Echo Fox to decide if they wanted to buy or not, because they had enough for 3 guns if they wanted to. But at the same time, they just want to save it as a team and bring the AWP back into Shazam probably for the next round.
So early on in this round, Echo Fox back into their slow, methodical default, where Sean Gares holds it for any B pushes, and Roka goes to his home towards Squeaky, and a couple towards a main. So an interesting little setup, and Freakazoid able to catch Def at range. Android, in the meantime, going to find Sean Gares, and now Complexity trades in their favor during these skirmishes.
Uber now at the same spot as he did before, about to get pushed up by Roka, but runs right into the spray as he's trying to take down Shazam. Shazam retaliates, but he's only at 0 HP after Surreal picks him off long range there with that P250, missing the op shot.
Yeah, and Complexity looking extremely composed, and everyone's hitting their shots. Communication seems to be warming up now. They're getting to a comfortable position, and I'm interested to see if they are going to be able to carry this going forward. And Echo Fox going for an investment here. A couple Galils in play. And I don't know if it's at the point where this losing bonus is built up to the point where they figure, hey, might as well invest it. And Surreal with an op, so no op for Echo Fox this round. And I wonder what the changeup's going to be. This slow play is just getting picked apart.
3 guys actually from Complexity pushing out towards B. So they thought it was going to be a huge push going through from Echo Fox. But now they're just going to try to find that information, not really boosting inside the vents either. That 4th player, which is Def, is going to look inside that vent from there, give a chance for Ape and Surreal to get that information and close in slowly. But there's going to be oh no, I thought it was going to be a fight very soon there towards the T spawn, because Uber actually made it all the way towards the locker.
Yeah, that's a crazy good push. So they have information on both sides of the map. They have them effectively sandwiched here towards mid. They know what's going on completely. And oh, look at that angle for Freak to hold that though. That's
Ape is going to be like, why the hell are you watching that spot?
That?
That resets any strategy that they wanted to do. Abe's going to try to fall back, but they might go inside that vents to try to catch him off after.
Looks like the plan, they're going to hear him running back to site and just slowing it down, Roka.
Yeah, didn't want to go for that kill.
No, being extremely passive. Surreal rotated over there with the op now. And with 45 on the clock, Echo Fox, their slow executions not working yet, but what are they going to be able to get done here? Roka still towards vents. Sean Gares towards Squeaky. And the bomb, though, looks like it is going to be heading towards B main.
26 seconds left on the clock. I mean, when you look at this frag distribution as well here, Seaside, is that Uber and Android, yes, they're high fraggers, but also they've been staple players on both sides of the map. We're really going to try to sell a fake here towards A first and then execute inside B, but Surreal gets the first op kill. They already have a 3-man crossfire inside the B site.
Yeah, with 8 seconds left, the bomb's not even close to sight. Surreal's just going to shut down Shazam, and Sean Gares gets caught out, and that's Complexity with such a strong hold and a great read there with not much time on the board, not biting into that fake towards Ace, holding their ground as they noticed the time was just dwindling down.
So again, see, they have 2 other kills on their own. They're both at 13 now. And the reason why I'm saying is they're staple players, yes, they're low fragging here for Ape, Surreal, and Def, but really the only ones catching that action are Android and Uber. They're getting 2-3 kills every single time before they get dropped, making it so much easier for Complexity to go for these retakes, if not just playing out whole sites for Complexity. Echo Fox are having a pretty tough match so far.
Yeah, they really are, and there's no answer yet from Sean Gares, one of the smartest in-game leaders in North America. Surreal's going to be able to find him as I speak of him. And now, a minute 30 on the clock, Echo Fox look a little lost. They're just going to boost another player up, and that's scary, especially with Surreal hitting shots like that.
Well, only Deagles, right? So
yeah.
They want to try to go for any type of lucky picks with the pistols as well. But Surreal and the rest of the company of Complexity are just going to use the range to their advantage. Maybe not get luckily 1-deagged or skillfully 1-deagged by any of these players remaining. And that is going to be Shazam and Roka. And Roka, there's no luck into his headshots.
No, as Def going to show what he's got with 2 beautiful shots on Roka. And Freakazoid looking for a third. Can he get it? He can't. Support from Surreal, though, to trade that out immediately.
Nice shot on that one, though.
That was a sick shot towards Shazam there, towards Boost. And now, I'm interested. The pause comes out.
Yep.
Yeah, so this makes it interesting now that we haven't seen an Echo Fox in this tournament yet pushed into this situation where they needed to take a breather.
Yeah, and it's interesting too enough, right? You're looking at when you're in group play for Echo Fox, you're against TSM, you're against Optic, and you win so easily against Optic 2-0. Then you get a 2-1 matchup against TSM. It went back and forth, but it was still a dominant victory for Echo Fox in the end. They never felt that pressure. Now they're going head-to-head against a team like Complexity, where you wouldn't expect them to be that type of a high-level team in a LAN environment. And now this is gonna set everything up back for Sean Garris and company, but at the same time could be the pivotal moment for them to start taking things more seriously. It's good for them to have this wake up call now in the quarterfinals against Complexity, so they know what's coming up against them next if they can win this series.
And knowing Sean Garris, he definitely didn't overlook Complexity. He definitely probably wasn't ready to face them here.
Yeah,
like he's probably extremely surprised, and even more surprised to the point where I think Echo Fox is at this point right now where they might be getting upset that they're losing these guys. They know in the back of their heads, man, we're rolling through this tournament. This is easy. Why are we losing Complexity all of a sudden? What's going wrong? And perfect pause timing. I think if it would have went a couple more rounds too deep, it would have been too late. They would have been already off in the deep end. There's Uber just having a great time, and I don't know what the answer from Echo Fox is going to be. The slow play is not working. It got a couple rounds where they did gain mid-control and were able to pick apart Complexity at that point, but it's so difficult for them now at this point.
Yeah, also the thing that's good, though, at least for Echo Fox's side, you saw it from the player cams, is that they don't seem too worried. You know, it's a pause just for them to discuss things. At this point, they could still get a very good CT side and then just turn things around. So this, kind of like a normal scoreline that we usually see, sometimes more back and forth, but it's the end result in this half that's really going to determine it. If they're actually going to be able to bring it back on a 9-5 or a 10-5 or a 9-6, then they're pretty much golden for the second half.
Yeah, they will be, but they need to turn it around now with Shazam. Enough money to get himself an op. It's been a while since he's had one in his hands, and let's see what he can get done with it. As Surreal, Complexity just sticking on the one op setup for now. Surreal is going to be the one with that one, and he is going to be number 3 on your mini map, so he is going to be the man posted up.
Yeah, is that forklift right now for Surreal?
And because that's Uber again, back into lockers.
Yep.
Wow, that's such a smart play. And he's done that 2 rounds in a row, but Echo Fox unable to answer back. And I don't think they found out the first time. And oh my goodness, Uber.
That's the thing. See, that communication's off. Let's talk about it a little bit later. We got some action. They're trying to execute towards the A bomb site.
Def, the last line of defense here for Sean Garris running with a bomb out, and he gets shut down. They're not ready for Def to be here. Def gonna get a second. He can't, but he will tag Freakazoid heavily. As Ape and Android in a 2v2 situation, Ape's going to win that duel against Freak. And Android now coming out from A main, and it's all on Roka with the bomb on his back.
Yeah, he's stuck inside the site here, bomb on his back, but look at that, they're backing away. They think that the A side is clear and that Roka is moving towards B.
What is this round?
Are you kidding me?
Crazy.
Not even trying to clear out the site. I mean, I guess it's because there hasn't been a bomb plant yet, right?
Yeah.
20 seconds left on the clock. Oh my God. Roka thinks that they've rotated from A main. He's going to run across, and Ape is going to hear it.
Oh, he definitely hears this now, Roka. Be trying to sneak his way into B, and you can see immediately Android runs all the way around through T-spawn.
They're not going to expect it. He's going to try to go for a plant. Ape is just going to drop down right away. Oh, at least he gets the plant in a good position.
Yeah.
An easy kill.
Yeah, close default shuts that down. And it was scary for Complexity there. As you mentioned, communication again. As Surreal, I believe it was this time, was close A main. Uber was in lockers again, and Uber forced to self-flash himself out.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's that timing. If he had a teammate that actually pop flash for him, he could just white peek out and maybe line up those 3 kills. By throwing that, you have that delay time for the weapon switch, and one was already in front of him. So just small things there, but the end result is that Complexity is still showing a very dominant first half against Echo Fox. And even though there was miscommunication on the 2 versus 1, luck came into their favor and quote-unquote outplayed Roka here.
Yeah, I guess Roka also outplayed himself there. He overthought
Overextended for sure.
Just definitely thought, hey, they're not here. Let's just run to B. And now Echo Fox back to this slow default. This time they have game mid-control before they fall back into anything too serious. And that's surreal. This floating off all over the place. Android's not done yet, though. He gets 1. Can he get the second? He can't. As Riggs and Shazam coming up with 2, but they're heavily tagged.
Already also the rotation from the CT side. We already have 1 up at Heaven, 1 at lower CT spawn. They have to commit into this at this point. Deep mollies, actually, that's pretty good for Echo Fox to give a chance for them to set up here on this post plant. Counter, another Incendiary Grenade picked up here by Shazam, thrown on the top of Heaven. They have a counter coming through as well. And they're going to get a bomb plant. I wonder if that, I don't think that's really planted for B main. It's just planted safe, but it's traded 1-for-1, 2 versus 2 situation with both Def and Surreal. The UKs trying to come back.
Yeah, can the UKs do this? Surreal with an op, and this is an extremely difficult weapon to retake. Gonna look away from the flash. He's gonna try to find a one-on-one. Nice shot coming up from Freak. Def is gonna try to get out. Riggs is tagged down, spamming through the smoke. Gets great timing on the side of Riggs, and now Def.
No
1v1
kid,
bomb
nothing, right?
taking.
So.
And he's actually going to stick this. He knows Freak's there. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second, and the defuse comes through. Can he kill him after time? Riggs will, but that's just mind games.
Pros don't fake.
Yeah, I guess not.
And Surreal and Def didn't want to face the Brexit. They went all out, won that 2 versus 2. I mean, at that point, it's a mind game, right? Yep. Sometimes you have people that are going to be like, okay, is he going to stick it? He's not going to stick it. I thought that the way that Def actually went for that full plant, his ass was sticking out on the other side of the barrels. So if Riggs actually went all the way around, he actually could have gotten that spray. Unfortunate for that in terms of, and I think it's even Riggs that planned that bomb, so he should have known where he planted that bomb.
That's way too funny.
At least bonus money, bomb plant now,
Yep.
money for Echo Fox, Shazam with a knock, but they lost Sean Garris earlier on.
And Surreal move from B to white box. And I don't know if Shazam's going to be ready for this. Surreal, though, they're like holding for each other. He's going to see that smoke coming in. He knows that comes from over boost. And you can see immediately he positions back for this, but he is just going to be playing it safe. Gives up mid control. And now a 3-man stack towards the A site. But I feel like at this point, Echo Fox are scared to even go towards that B bomb site with Android stepping up, and Surreal, they're scared that he's floating around there.
Well, where did he really have to go, right? I mean, Uber has also been playing well towards the A bomb site. Surreal opting towards quad, but they've had most success here on this A side by weakening the defense there. So this is why you see they take this mid control with the 4 remaining members, and you see them slowly creeping up here towards this highway. Uber.
Playing a dangerous game.
Yeah, very dangerous. Barrel of the gun peeking out. He saw his elbow, speaking of Shazam. Oh, hits him actually on top of that box and goes for that second one. No time to react for Uber.
Yeah, that was a very dangerous game that Shazam will come on top of. Now Android, he's been alone in this spot before, but he does have support from Tree. Going to use his molly to try to slow his push. Rotations coming in. They got their Nikes on and they're rotating. Android on default. Can he stand up again and be the player for Complexity? 20 seconds on the clock. Gabe's going to wipe with him. Nick's buried 2 down. What else going to do? And now it's all on Shazam. And Complexity just mowing down Echo Fox.
What a play. I mean, it was such a great kill for Shazam to get that kill inside the A site. But at that point, as soon as they got the kill, they ran straight into the B bomb site. So at that point, there's no time for Complexity to react, so they're just going to stay inside the B bomb site.
No reason not to.
And they ran right into them.
That's crazy.
And again, like I said, it's a weaker side on A right now. They had more success for Echo Fox entering towards this A bomb site. You got that spam onto Uber. You're catching people off guard. You have Surreal. You saw that he was opting towards quad. So that's 1 position down and 1 position given away as well, where they could have actually capitalized on. Unfortunate for that, though. Echo Fox decided to go into B.
Oh, Arro's going to check the corner. Ape's going to get the first one. It's not communicated properly. Roka full blind, but Android from sight going to be able to return that on Roka. Surreal is here now, and now it's all on Riggs and Sean Garris in a 2v4, and this is, again, scary getting shut down. And now it's all on Ronnie.
Riggs now 2 versus 1. He does pick up the bomb. There's 1:16 left on the clock. He does have a flash to work with. He maybe could pick up this Incinerator Grenade. Scavenges it. Playing Call of Duty here. But Def and Uber, last 2 remaining on this 2 versus 1. Riggs is trying to play them. Def waiting for it just around the corner at the bottom of the ramp. We're ending that half 13-2. 13-2.
Didn't think I'd be saying that. And it's crazy, too, because no matter how many demos you watch, and no matter how much you know your opponent, there's no way you're going to be able to anticipate individuals just going off. You can always be like, yeah, well, Android plays B. Let's just keep pushing him. You know, he's eventually going to break. But you cannot anticipate every player on Complexity is just standing on their heads and having an amazing game.
Yep.
I honestly thought Echo Fox will come out and just absolutely decimate coL. I'll say it. I honestly thought it would be a roll. But Android and Uber and just the boys on Echo Fox are not showing up to this game yet.
Yeah, and it's okay for me to see Sean Garris at a low scoring on the scoreboard, but he's ahead of Roka. Roka's one of those guys that's a key player, that's a stable player for Echo Fox, for those known for those continuous 2-3 kills, his movement, and how he could actually open the map together with Freakazoid. And both of those guys are being shut down every time in the attempts to enter sites.
And safe to say this is a must-win pistol round for Echo Fox.
Oh, yeah, I mean...
They don't win this. This is map 1 for coL.
Yeah.
And we're going to be heading to the next map.
Yeah, you don't really need to say it, but yeah, it's important to underline in the end.
And now Shazam Freak going to be playing towards the A site. No retake happening as it is just going to be Echo Fox committing. 2 players to site. Smoke comes out from Surreal. And this push from Squeaky is coming out as well as A main. Uber's going to be leading the charge here. He's going to check left to his side. He's not. Shazam gets 1, make it 2 with Freakazoid support there. And Shazam goes off. But it's Surreal. And just a shutdown from Shazam and Freak from site as Uber didn't clear the site.
Yep, and that's what I say. You can't really count your chickens before they hatch, right? You try to execute inside the A-bomb site, and just like that, Shazam nullifies everybody, pretty much turning his USP into a one-tap auto sniper. And now they get the first point on the scoreboard. They're going to build up try to build up the economy with these submachine guns, with the exception of the P90 from Rix, and he loves using that P90 actually. But at this point, you see the rest of Complexity going for looking to be probably a train into the B bomb site. They do have a smoke to smoke out the CT spawn, and the pop flash to move in.
And Rix might just be the brakes of this train. He's going to find one. What else can he find? They know he's there now. Roka from site in support, and Roka and Rix just going to be locking this one down with the SMGs.
Yeah, unfortunately for that, I mean, you have 5 guys trying to enter into B main, never clearing out checkers. I don't even think that flash was thrown. I don't know if that flash was thrown, but if it wasn't thrown, it should have been used for checkers. Yeah. You need to split something out, right? I mean, yeah, maybe 5 guys trying to move through. You're just trying to open the site to at least move in and get the bomb plant, catch some people off guard. But checkers is a common spot to look at. And
the weirdest thing I found about that push from Complexity is they got 2 members through B main, and they just put their backs to site and try to just push the player in checkers without. And Roka was just there to shut that one down completely. Now, Complexity, a huge round lead, but Echo Fox, 1 round at a time. This is going to be an uphill battle for them at this point.
Sorry, no pump left.
Oh my goodness, Sean Garrett just gets out with his life.
So did Android, coming out of it with 16 HP, and you know they didn't have a bomb plant on the first round, didn't get one on the second one. Normal right now for Complexity to see a full gun save. Only Glocks across the board, with the exception of a P250 in the hands of 8. And they were just trying to hopefully catch Sean Garris off guard here, but as they didn't, that bomb was dropped intentionally still in T-spawn, so they're trying to scout out some information, and now it's for them to try to decide to move as a team, but they still have some great support on the B side. Boosted inside the vents is Rix with that P90 once again. It's going to be hard to hold.
Yeah, and the vent's already broken, so no noise for Rix to be making when he goes for the broken. Screaming for support. He's going to find 2. What else?
Oh,
Gets a third, and it's UMP. Roka just shutting that down, and Rix comes out of vent. And this is the Echo Fox we're used to seeing now on CT side coming to life. But now it gets scary as Complexity looking to answer back with these rifles. Not enough money for an op on Surreal yet, but he's still a very scary rifler. Yeah, I mean, and also you see Freakazoid. He was a key player on that first round. Roka now in that previous round. The UMP, there was no spray. Yep.
He just aimed, burst it, got the headshots every single time. So this guy's starting to light it up. Watch out for this.
Yeah, now Complexity is going to be playing more of a slow default across the map, as now they're a little more cautious with rifles in the hands in comparison to pistols. John Garris, that's an interesting play from him. He opens doors and drops a smoke, and he just falls off of it either. He doesn't try to play off of it. I think that's just a mind game by Complexity. Now they're going to be using some utility towards Squeaky to try to see if anyone is actually there.
Also, he's also manning it solo, right? So at that point, you wanna put that smoke. He's gonna hide inside that site. Once it dissipates, he could actually play that angle from that side to look back inside the blue door without having to play like the spamming game and guessing where opponents could be. But I think Def made it up there and reclosed the door. So that's gonna give a lot of uncertainties and unknowns here for Sean Garris.
Yeah, now Sean does have support from 2 players highways. They have done a heavy mid stack with the players in vents. That's Rix again. And Android not noticing that vent. I believe it is broken, and Roka going to catch a little challenge with Android. It's smart of Android to turn around and hold that vent, but in the meantime, it is just a fake. The take is coming towards the A site. Sean Garris all alone.
Android did so good there. Made a noise, kept them in their tracks inside B, so that gives a chance for a 4-man take versus 3. Can they win this so far for Complexity? It's a trade 1-for-1. Shazam, though, still stays alive, and it's traded back inside the site. Shazam, though, still dropping him, leaving Surreal, last man standing. 3-on-1 situation inside the site. Bring him in the op, he's up to play.
Yeah, and that was just beautiful from Echo Fox. They doubled up towards highway. Sean Garrett said, oh man, their smokes are coming out. I need rotations immediately. And instead of pushing towards site, where they possibly could have all got mowed down, as it is not too much room to move around towards site, especially if you're all behind red, and this time they just play it smart. They're going to play off that smoke, spam through it, support Sean Garris towards fence, and a beautiful hold coming up from Echo Fox, and the double ops are back out as soon as they get enough money for it. Meanwhile, Complexity, not too much to work with.
Yeah, and Sean Garris has always been known to be a pretty hybrid player, able to rifle in-game lead, pretty much an all-around good at different, not excellent at certain things, maybe excellent at in-game leading, but in terms of skills, good at others. So an all-around good player, being the secondary offer right now for Echo Fox. Shazam starts it off with an op kill. Where was that from? That was from Z.
Yeah, what a hot shot. Bomb will get planted, so they were playing a retake A, and A site's so easy to retake. It's Freakazoid, especially with the weapon advantage. Gonna find Ape. Android gonna be playing the smoke. What can he find? He lets his presence known and just gets turned on.
3 guys that he had backstab, but just the timing was off. As soon as the crosshair was placed, he made it around the corner. But the defuse is going to come in. Pistol by at least for Complexity. They do get a bomb plant. How many rounds in a row have been won right now for Echo Fox in the second half? Wow. 13-2, so they had 7 rounds in a row. So that's $3,400 plus $800. You finally have that economy built up here for Complexity. Can they actually finally put at least 1 round here on T side?
Well, the question is now, can Surreal be this aggressive operator? We saw him on CT, able to float around from B to mid and find these picks. And I'm interested to see if Surreal's going to be able to be this aggressive T-opper that he needs to be. He's going to get boosted immediately. We've seen Echo Fox go for this, and now Shazam holding for this. This is just going to be a patience game, and the advantage is completely to Shazam.
This is where the pressure is slowly building up right now for a casual viewer watching CS, and Shazam's going to be the one that makes the first footstep, but Surreal misses the shot. Meanwhile, you do have Freakazoid that has fallen, but it gets quickly traded out here by Sean Garris at A main. So back to a 4 versus 4. They're going to decide to fall back and possibly take control of this mid side for Complexity. Actually, all the way towards B.
Yeah, so Complexity finding a 1-for-1 trade at this point will favor Complexity. It forces Echo Fox to spread thin and make more gut decisions where they're going to decide, all right, let's just stack here and we'll play retake there, or just leave one player and see if they can go absolutely off. So Complexity, wherever they go, they're going to have a numbers advantage and a trade advantage. That's going to be a smoke towards the main. Molly to clear up checkers. Molly to back checkers as well.
And that's the focus, right?
Yeah.
They smoke towards B main, so they could try to take control of this checker side first.
Rex gets one there, Surreal. So nice trades now for Complexity. They're trying to push into the site, but I believe that is Roka towards default. Just doing Roka thing, jumping on the back box, throws himself in one way, finds Def, and Ape needs to come up huge. Surreal and Ape trying to make this take still happen. They have to deal with Roka soon.
Ape taking advantage of this smoke to try to take control of Heaven. Nade coming through. He catches Roka off guard with a nade in his hands. He's going to get a bomb plant here for B main. Surreal on the other side, just under Heaven. But still close is Sean Garris on the other side of the wall. And also Shazam moving up with the AWP towards Heaven. So 2 ops versus 2 AKs on a retake. This is going to be tough. They're going to have to act quick on these shots. Sean Garris, the first one to lead the charge. The barrel peeks through. It's going to be an easy kill for Surreal.
Yeah, and Shazam's there as well. And Surreal's going to get dinked, but Shazam thinking he had the kill as he dinked him and turned away. That's just a great play from Surreal. Get 3K on the round for him now, and Complexity finally get an answer back. But the economy situation from Echo Fox has just been built to the point where I think the double op might even just come back out.
Yeah, and when you saw that Android and Uber, I think they were both at 11 or 13, something like that, right?
Yep.
Now you look at the frag distribution for Complexity on this second half. Those middle players, Ape, Surreal, Def, are finally starting to help out a little more on this T side, really working as a team. Playing their parts one by one, clutch situations if needed, opening situations for Complexity as well. But Echo Fox on the other end as well has been stepping up for all the players that we said had needed to step up.
So they have been, and they need to continue to do so as their economy now is going to be a little running low. As you're going to see, 14-7. Uber, support from a player. That is Def towards Squeaky. And this is a cheeky low position. If Sean Garris decides to peek this, and he will. Nice shot there from Uber. What else can he find? As now there are 2 players here from Echo Fox, but just a great opening pick from Uber. Shazam looks like he wants the same fate, but a great peek from Shazam.
Yeah, a little bit easier to go for that if Uber hasn't moved at all, and maybe Sean Garris was going to be able to call it and say, guys, he hasn't even moved at all. Shazam takes advantage of that, evens it up on a 4 versus 4.
And I love this from Shazam. He gets a pick towards a main, a trade frag, and he just rotates immediately to white box to see if Complexity was going to put any pressure towards mid and do an A split. None to be found yet. 4v4, 47 seconds on the clock, and Android's going to be, again, this linchpin. He's just going to be this man to try to slow rotations and even get a frag, and trading himself is still really good.
Oh, man. Android just walks in, clears it out, but you still have one inside checkers. You still have Rix. Rix backstabs him back, and they actually force the rotation out to catch Freakazoid off guard. What a play by Android to sell that fake.
Yeah, He is just doing magic work right now. Shazam going to be pushing to the site, trying to deny it.
That's crazy. They're not even spotting it.
See him?
No.
Oh no, 19 seconds. He actually cannot hit the shot. He 250 out in hand, and Surreal's going to clear that. And wow, it just gets shut down. Complexity on match point, and that round, hectic. Just all over the place from Android. Really doing a great job that round to slow that down.
Yeah, Roka went for the white peak. I mean, he knew he had to go for some type of information. I guess he heard something towards B because of that smoke. I guess it was it a smoke that was thrown by Android towards that B site?
It could have been. He could have thrown one from back Sunroom even.
Yeah, so maybe he's going to try to look back to get that kill. I sort of missed that small detail, but it was a round that had to be won there by Roka, or at least a fight. That forced a rotation out from Freakazoid, and what an opening to start for Uber. This is looking great for the first map for Complexity.
Looking amazing. Echo Fox's answer to this Uber A main play is just, let's just push him with an op, see if we can beat him there. Uber had the spawn. And what I like about what Uber did here is he crouch walked and looked at the wall in case a flash came through a box. And Shazam not quick enough to get the flick over his head. And now Echo Fox, man down, pistol on Freakazoid even. And this round, it's really going to come down to Sean Garrett.
You see how ballsy it was for Sean Garrett, though?
Yeah.
Because they dropped the op from Shazam at A main, and I think he crept up to pick it up.
Crazy.
Because they don't have that much to work with. Freakazoid was only stuck with the 5-7. He's going to try to look for some information towards mid and go for a big flank, but Surreal is waiting there with that AWP at the truck.
He is, and there is only one member towards A.
Oh, he's about to get flanked, though.
Side and Freak with a pistol. This is the smart play for him to do. He needs to be patient, and Surreal's going to turn around. He will get one. What else can he do? Wave's going to take that duel, and Freakazoid's out of the round. They don't have to worry about behind them anymore. Focus is forward as his take is in full swing, and Rick and Roka have to come up huge, but Android's going to win that long-range duel, and he's feeling himself. Re-peeking on Rix as well in a 1v4. Complexity might have just done it.
Right at this point, it's pretty much sealed the deal. Ronnie needs to have a miracle or the most beastly play to take this site. I mean, everybody's already positioned on this close plant. They're close. Okay, this is not needed.
No.
They're peeking out for the kills. It's a 4 versus 1, guys. There you go. Forcing it out, bringing the fight to them. Complexity wins this first map, 16-7.
And that's crazy, as you noticed. Echo Fox stunned at the get-go. The pause came out. Sean Garrett's, all right, guys, listen, they're better than we thought. They actually planned. They studied us. They took us to cash. And then just that pause. And then you noticed Echo Fox kind of clicked for a little bit there. They're like, okay, we got to read on this. We got to read on this. And then out of nowhere, Surreal was able to be that aggressive opper, find these picks. Android coming up huge with that lurk roll towards B, always catching someone off guard.
Yeah.
And that was just beautiful play from Complexity. And just look at those frags. That's an extremely great game.
Rick's at